My dad always told me, it's like, if you look back on your life, or if you give an honest opportunity, God's going to communicate with you in a way that only you will understand, which is really cool. We shared a ton of stories, man, just about God's hand in just in what God's done in Deliver Zen and what God's doing in his church and the growth. When you're leading people, the opportunities that God gives you to step out in faith even more, it's pretty awesome. And there's just an element of, we were reminded each other, it's just kind of cool to hear the stories. It's like, your faith is so personal. My dad always told me, it's like, if you look back on your life, or if you give an honest opportunity, God's going to communicate with you in a way that only you will understand, which is really cool. And I think that's the cool thing about Christianity, is that God wants a personal, intimate relationship with you. We just talked for an hour, just sharing story after story about how, his stuff, whether it's like, hey, he doesn't have the funding to get to a certain, goal that he needs to keep operating the church. And then God, not only does he come back and give the funding, but he gives abundantly more than the funding, which is great. Our personal faiths have grown because of the times we've been able to see just through leadership or through his church growth. It was cool having that time with him, being able to share stories of how God's worked in our lives.